I also find another negative is probably it's gonna be lonely, right? Unless I'm going with
That's
someone
true.
around, you're really gonna be like by yourself. I've never actually traveled by myself anywhere, so it's gonna be
Oh,
interesting, uh, going and traveling to these places where I don't know anyone. Usually, like when I moved here, it took me a little while to get like meet people and like actually get out of the house.
yep.
So I don't know. It's gonna be a change of pace because I'm gonna have to be able to interact with people
Faster.
faster than my
Yeah.
normal speed, right?
Hey there. Welcome to the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast, where you are encouraged to express your natural thoughts and views through casual, meaningful conversations that hopefully can lead to learning and understanding new perspectives. To find out more info, visit www.gfOThoughts.com. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wong and Robert Din. We hope you enjoy this episode.
What's going on, everybody? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of Gluten-Free Organic Thought Podcast. My name is Michael. I'm one of your co-hosts, and always with me, Robert Dan.
Hey, welcome back. Let's get into this. Hey, we have a great episode. I forgot to tell you guys. You guys didn't know, but we have a great episode today.
They're always for a treat, right?
This is the first time we've had a great episode,
But I think this episode is going to be more excited because it's more remote based. So
yeah. I think this is gonna be really interesting to talk about. This topic I specifically have thought about a lot.
And we probably have experience in it, so a little bit too. So
a little bit. I don't think I have so much, but yeah, we'll get into it. The first thing we're gonna do though, what are you drinking, Mike? What are you drinking today?
Oh, so I am drinking a nice crystalline tea, which is like a sunflower tea. It's a roasted sunflower tea. I'm sure you can see this.
And
you see the sunflower seed in the bottom.
Yeah, I see
but,
it.
So it's similar. So this is like my second cup, but it's same sunflower. That's how dark and rich it is. So, good.
Wow.
It's just in time for the fall, tea fall time.
Yeah, interesting. I'm continuing my my rosé kick. I'm gonna finish this bottle up. There we go. This is the rosé Kendall Jackson wine. I don't know about this episode, but I'm gonna try and drink some of this up. It's like a screw top, so like you open it and you gotta like finish it soon, otherwise it goes bad. You can't just like just like
you
get a core of in and preserve it, right? Like, so I gotta drink it now.
All right, let's dive into this episode. So we're gonna continue this series of alternative lifestyle, but today we're gonna talk about digital nomad. So Robert, you want to explain the definition of digital nomad for those listeners who are not,
Yeah. So digital nomad is one of these. I don't know if it's new, but it's like something that has come through because people are working remote more. So digital nomad is people have been giving up their apartments and where they're living and then just going remote and working in different places every so often. They'll like move from place to place. They don't actually have a home, like a base. They just move from one place to another. They take an Airbnb.
They can move every week, every month, whatever it is, however they feel like
it. So then they're more free. They're more free to travel around from one place to another. And a lot of this has come because we've gone more remote all around. So it gives people that opportunity to do this type of living.
So what's the difference between this and a van life?
The difference between this and van life, it's not different except for that. I mean, I think van life is it's a subset of digital nomad. Yeah.
Got it. So you're saying that digital nomad is more like you find a place, though you find like a week Airbnb or a month Airbnb kind of deal, actual physical location instead of actually living in a car, like a van.
Yeah, but like you can be a digital nomad and have a van and be traveling around as well. But like for this, we already talked about van life. So for this, we'll like focus in on not having a van, not actually having your place to stay, right? Like that one, you already know where you're gonna live, where you're gonna stay.
That's true.
Like we're gonna focus this one on like not having any place to stay and just going off, and maybe you're like renting a hotel or maybe you're renting an Airbnb and just going from place to place.
So you mentioned earlier in the beginning of this episode, you mentioned that this is something you thought about. Why they make this attractive to you? I was curious.
Me living in San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
Rent is really expensive. So then when we started going remote, like, you think about it and you're like, you know what, like you really don't have to be here, right? And if I'm going to live, and if I wanted to, I've always wanted to travel more. So
that's true. See places.
if I'm already living in like the most expensive city, rent wise, right? I could take that same amount of money and travel and probably get way more bang for my buck and still be
Yeah,
traveling. And since we're working remote, like I don't have to miss any time of work at all.
that's true. And you get the local experiences. You can stay there as long as you want, right? And
Yeah.
so you could just rent an apartment out, listen in the middle of downtown, Houston, whatever it is. You never been there before, get a feel for it, get a vibe for it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, get to understand the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
It's definitely an interesting way to live because uh I don't know. When we were growing up, we're all like our parents were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get a job, you go live there, buy a house, and then like settle down." Whereas this is the complete opposite, where it's like we're not settling at all. We're
yeah.
just gonna go and do whatever we want.
And if your mom heard this episode, she's gonna freak out.
I don't know. It feels
You're not
it.
selling at all.
Yeah, I guess she wants me to settle down, but yeah, I don't know, it's different. Like I don't know. It
Yeah,
seems more interesting, and it seems fun, especially when you're like young and single.
that's
Like
true.
it
Yeah.
seems like it seems like the best option of all these alternative lifestyles.
So for you, is that what your next step's gonna be? Probably potentially.
Probably, yeah. We're gonna have a lot different backgrounds of
There we
the
go.
podcast because I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna do this. This is probably like actually realistic rather than like go get a
yeah.
van and like drive around.
I think that'll be awesome just to add more experience to your life, meet new people. I mean, the downside to this is I feel like it's finding a place that hopefully can stay for more than 2, 3 months because there's no short term leases, right? Now you'll have to focus that limits your search a little bit more. So, I mean, also too is just finding also a place where it's good quality internet for you to work as well because you work remotely.
Hmm.
So, so things like that, I guess.
Yeah. I also find another negative is probably gonna be it's gonna be lonely, right? Unless I'm going with
That's
someone
true.
around, you're really gonna be like by yourself. Travel. I've never actually traveled by myself anywhere, so it's gonna be
Ah,
interesting, uh, going and traveling to these places where I don't know anyone. Usually, like when I moved here, it took me a little while to get like meet people and like actually get out of the house.
yep,
So I don't know. It's gonna be a change of pace because I'm gonna have to be able to interact with people
faster.
faster than my
Yeah.
normal speed, right?
But that'll be good for you. Though. I feel like sometimes change helps you grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think that'll be good. Something to look forward to. And let me tell you, you're never gonna have a dull day. So
I mean, I'm still gonna be working, right? So like the week is still gonna be pretty dull, and then
okay,
but
happy hour at 5 o'clock everywhere. Every time.
that's true. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I probably will just like jump out and go to happy hours because it's
Yeah,
you just like hey, I'm gonna be walking around anyways, like after work,
as
and then
well.
might as well just stop at a restaurant or a bar and just chill and
Hmm.
hang out with the locals.
And yeah, hang out with the locals, meet some people. Bro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess what I mean, obviously we know the pros, right? The flexibility behind this. We know that, and part of it's always like learning about more about yourself, especially if you do this by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The appeal to that. I guess how long do you think you're gonna do this for?
Oh my! So for me, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna start with a year. Uh,
Wow, you given it a year.
I'm gonna give it a year. And
Okay.
I'm probably gonna start with like 2 months at a time in each place.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and then I'm gonna, cause like in that time, I'm also gonna be looking at
Next place. I guess.
doing international travel as well in there.
Got it.
Like right now during COVID and all this stuff, it's hard to like,
Yeah.
it's hard to like plan some international trips because you don't even know if like it's even gonna be open. Like, who
True.
knows if like wave 3 or wave 4 comes in and then you're like, oh, everything's shut down again, right? So right now, like at the beginning, I'm gonna think about domestic travel mostly,
Mhm.
and then move into some international travel as well, and just see how it goes from there. Yeah, probably about a
So
year.
so if COVID didn't happen this year, you would have done it this year.
if COVID didn't, no. It was always gonna be end of the year because my lease here ends at the end of the year. So
Oh, okay, got it. So, but technically that means you had at least the end of last year at the same time frame too, right? Or no?
at the end of last year, there was still a lot of like ifs and like I didn't even go back home to visit family
Oh, no,
last
but
year. Right?
but if there wasn't COVID though, we had done it early this year. No,
No, because I don't think all this like remote stuff didn't happen until COVID started, right?
that's true. So
So like it
enforce the
wasn't even
issue.
an option
That's
until
true.
recently.
So
Yeah,
you can thank COVID for this option now.
that's true. Is that oh my god, COVID was great, gave me this opportunity. I actually have been thinking about doing this for a long time. I
Yeah.
have this website. Let me send you this website. It's Remote Year. Have you heard of this?
Is it a website that can help you find jobs that you can remotely?
No. So this will plan your travel, and it's all remote. You go around the world for a year. So they show you how to like they show you how to like talk to your job about letting you work remotely.
Yep.
This was way before COVID. This was when I was still in Jacksonville, right?
And they probably made more money now.
Yeah, and then like so then they create a program and they have a group of people that you go with all around all around the world for a year, and they plan the whole thing for a year.
Why am I not doing this?
I don't know why you're not doing this.
I will go to Medellin easily. I never
Yeah.
been to Medellin.
Yeah, so they let you they have like places for you to work everywhere they take you. They have places for you to work, and then they have like stuff for you to do throughout. So like for
Oh
a
man,
year you're
South
traveling.
Africa, Croatia, and Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here! How much does this cost though? Usually a program like this.
Oh, I don't remember when I
So you
looked
don't
at
have to
it.
look for places. This will do it for you.
Yeah, so this is definitely gonna look for places for you. And when I was looking, it was only a year. Now they have it for single
Months,
months
4 months.
at a time.
Yeah, which is cool because it's probably more expensive, uh, but this is pretty cool though. Good
Yeah.
finding this. How old is this thing? Let me see.
Oh,
When
they've
did
been
this?
around for a while. So when I was in Jacksonville,
Wow, 2014.
they were around. So yeah, I was looking at this when I was in Jacksonville, like, oh, maybe I'll take a year and do this and work, but I had to find a job that would let me. There was also like
Yep.
articles that they were coming out with that were like, this is how you get your job to let you work from home, like work remotely for the year or whatever, so that they could get people to sign up.
Now they
Um,
they don't need that anymore.
Now they don't need that anymore. They just have the programs available. But yeah, this is something that I was thinking about for a long time. So like this is so I've been thinking about doing this type of like lifestyle for a while.
That's pretty
And
awesome,
then
man.
and then COVID happened, everyone starts going remote, and then it just makes it easier.
Wow, I would do Medellin for a month, or even man, Portugal, South Africa, Spain, Croatia in April. That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to do Thailand in May because it's gonna be raining season time, monsoon season time. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
it might be that I just like because I've been like looking for how am I gonna plan this year, right? How am I gonna plan this year? How am I gonna
Oh, screw
get
that! Just take
houses and
take one of
stuff?
this program. Take one of this program. Your year's plan for you. Done.
Yeah, but they have like a year-long program of going around.
Yeah, I see that.
And
It's called the Euro program here. That means like a
and I don't think I can work remotely for a year internationally. Like I can only work a
Oh, I
certain
see what
amount
you're
of
saying.
time internationally. So I might have to do the month to month or like 1 month here, 1 month there. Um, but yeah, this
Do
does
they
help with a lot of the travel planning and stuff, which I would have to do myself if I.
so they have options for private apartments or share bedrooms or hotel. Oh,
Mm-hmm,
that's good though. I would have rather I don't mind having a roommate
mm-hmm.
than just trips and
Plus, you're
stuff.
like going with a group, right? So then that they're gonna have a group anyways.
No, but this whole point is that the experience is for you to meet locals. You know what I mean? Experience that. Get you out their comfort zone.
Right, I know. I'm just saying like this is you're going with a group.
Yeah.
Like all these are like a group programs. They're not like none of these are by yourself. So
Yeah.
at least you'll have someone. It won't be as lonely.
That's true. It won't be as lonely. That's
Mm-hmm.
true, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I like being lonely. I like my thoughts, you know, all my horrible thoughts in my head. Just dealing with it.
All horrible thoughts in your head.
All right. So jumping back into the digital nomad, right? Topic itself. So what? So it looks like the appeal for this is pretty much. I mean, it's a huge trend going on right now, and
Mm-hmm.
now the appeal is even more because there's more job that's flexible to do this. So what? I guess what are some of the myths do you think there are for doing this digital nomad? Because I was reading some interesting stuff here, and this blogger is pretty good about telling like based on their experience, and they were like discussing about how being how less productive they are at home versus focusing on work. I feel like some of these people, I mean, obviously depending person to person, um you know
When was
it's
this
sort of
written?
I'll say,
Oh,
I mean, it's just
April
myth.
2020.
Yeah, it's just myths in general. That's what it is myth. So most people are productive
Oh, I
on certain
see.
spaces, especially where like if it change your environment, they become more productive. That's what it's. And the other part is that sometimes you get things done quicker when they're next door to you. Not necessarily, right? I don't feel like, and especially with Slack
Oh,
now.
this is a very pro work from home.
Yeah.
This is a very pro work from home blog article, right?
Well,
Uh,
it's all digital nomad standpoint, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. So this is very pro digital
yeah.
nomad. There's also, yeah, I think all of these myths are actually like they're true myths. Like a lot, like I work like working from home for a year. You know how much more you work,
Mhm.
how much more. How is it might not even be more efficient. It's just like you're working more, so then you're getting more
You
work done.
correct. And you're
Yeah.
working, and you're also focusing more on it because there's less distraction going on. Like for example, they talk about how everybody, what's it called, have less control of their employees when they work from home. I don't think that's necessarily true, to be honest. Especially if you have a culture who you have a good team that you can trust. I feel like that's more clear, because you can make your deliverables more clear. You can make the hey deliver this on time, because you have to get more cutthroat because then it's not okay. You know what? Everybody's schedule is different, and so therefore that flexibility, the flexibility is still there. You still gotta get the job done.
Yeah, I think it's a myth because people people don't just like not work. Like I feel like when they have a job that they enjoy or like that they're getting paid well to do, they actually do the work. They're not
Yeah,
there to just like milk the clock.
around. Yes,
Whereas
there
like
is
if
no clock.
yeah,
It's salary.
I feel like
Yeah,
for the salaried people, like they're not really there milking the clock. Like if I
yeah,
was working at like I don't know, like a CVS or something as like a front like a cashier or something, you're sitting there just waiting for the clock to like go by,
correct.
right? Whereas like
Yeah.
if you're actually a salaried person, most of the time you have work that you have to get done, so you're not really just sitting there doing nothing and not like letting it go.
And also one of those myths is that people wear pajamas while working. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true.
I
I
don't
feel
think that's
like
necessarily false either.
that's
uh
true,
they might
but
wear half pajamas. Like I
yeah,
know people that are in sweatpants all day long. Like that's all they do every
but a
day.
nice dress shirt though.
But a very nice shirt. Yeah, they have like this. You don't know what I have under here, guys. You guys don't know what I have under my shirt.
Right?
Yeah, I work from home all day. I have this nice polo on.
I,
You don't know what I have underneath.
I mean, my personal experience is I feel like if I change my whole wardrobe, I change my mindset. That's just why I would do it. To be honest with
That's really why I do it too. Is like I get ready every day for work, and it's
you. Yeah,
because I need to wake up. Right. Otherwise, if I'm in clothes that I'm sleeping in, I'm also sleepy. Right. And it
yeah,
just changes the way I think.
yeah. It's a funny thing because so do you like so most people don't know there are like different type of also digital nomads, right? And one of those things is that and again the same it's this is the same article that was printed by this website. It's pretty cool. I didn't I guess there were different types of it when I found out.
Mm.
And so I guess the perpetual wander, like according to them, is like pretty much is always on the go versus the casual global trotter that goes through every country, every 3 to 6 months, versus the occasional traveler who has a home base and still travels here and there just to come back to reset their mind, you know. And then then you have the expat who stays here for longer type of deal. So I
Mm.
guess it's more a different duration of time because I think with expat you get fully immersed with the local culture versus the occasional traveler who goes for 2 months here then come back home for a month. Like go from 2 months there,
Yeah.
and so. So you think you're gonna be more like that? What's called casual globe trotter in a sense, like three to
Yeah.
six months
I'm
in there.
probably gonna be between the perpetual wanderer and the casual globetrotter because I'm looking at 2 months at a time in each place. So yeah,
Well,
I was initially looking at every month moving to a different place.
that's tough though.
It
Yeah,
seems, yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm like, it's tough because I have to find a place like everywhere. Every month, I have to find a new place. I have to be on the move, packed up, ready every month. You know, like it
yeah,
seems like a lot.
yeah. It's one of those things that I listen. I love moving because I get rid of shit. So therefore, now when you go actually try to do this digital nomad, you simplify life a lot more. You become more minimalist, right? So
Hmm.
that's one of the good thing about this is that you have to carry such actual
But
necessity.
do you think if you were living like this, do you think that you would be hoarding anything, right? Like if you're moving every 2 months or every 3 months, like are you
Mhm.
really cleansing out your stuff every 3 months, or you just have a bag, like a go bag that you're
Well,
going everywhere to?
well, so the way I would do this is that going for the first trip, I would have to cancel stuff out, right, to simplify that. But I had to minimize everything because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna have a home to store stuff unless I put it in storage. So, I mean, personally myself, especially when I move, I clear stuff out. I don't hoard stuff.
Yeah, but it's
Um,
not really moving, right? It's just.
that's true. But but let's say that if I want to do it every 2 3 months, I would limit myself to two bags. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Two giant bags. Whatever fits in there fits in there. That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much what I live on.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It's like 2 bags. I don't know. I might have a whole bag just of electronics and then one bag for clothes and whatever else.
I
I
choose.
I
Yeah.
have so many electronics. It's That's gonna be the hardest thing to move around.
But what do you need? You need probably a portable monitor, cameras. What
Mm-hmm.
else? An iPad, and that's it. That's it. That's your laptop. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need anything else.
All right, like
And then
just me traveling nowadays, right?
yeah.
Just me traveling. We went to Sonoma for my birthday for a weekend,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you
I,
need a sleep app machine. That's right. I forgot about that too.
I have
Yeah.
my sleep apnea machine. I have my work computer. I have my home computer, and
Yep.
then extra monitor,
Yep.
my iPad. I have I have my phone, and then all the accessories that go with each of those. So most of these, I think I got it down to like one. I can have one thing that charges almost everything,
Yep.
except for my AirPods,
Yep.
which have a completely different charger for no reason at all. Then there's like, uh, then there's like stuff like disk drives and stuff like hard drives that I need to take with me. Um, I don't know, my mice, my like iPad stand and stuff. Like a lot of stuff is like just stuff that gets that you use
So
it.
yeah, you usually have full suitcase just as a product.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like I need like a full suitcase for all this the
Man, the
tech that I
customs
have.
gonna look at you as like this guy's selling shit in my country.
I know, right? They're just gonna be like, this guy's fucking nuts. This guy is sketchy. I don't know what he's selling, but he only has one of all these things. Normally,
uh,
these guys sell the same thing. They have like 100 of
they,
them, but he's got one of
they're bringing
everything.
in they're bringing in bulk.
Yeah, I know, but like this guy's not bringing in bulk. He's bringing in every type. There is.
What a dumbass. you know, I don't
Yeah,
know, it's one of those things is that I see what you're saying, but but the thing is that do you really need it though? That's a question, right? Like that's what it comes down to. Like you have to narrow down your needs as versus actually your wants. That's what it comes down to when you actually become more mobile. Because if you end up dragging more than three suitcases, man, it's gonna be so tough for you to move around
yeah, I know. That's why I said.
by yourself.
That's why two. That's why I said I'm gonna do two suitcases, but one might just be all electronics,
Yeah.
and then I'll have like a big suitcase for like clothes and like other things, shoes and stuff. And like yeah, I don't think I have that much stuff in general. When I moved to San Francisco, I had two suitcases that I took everything with, and then
Same here.
maybe like a couple boxes that my mom sent afterwards, but that's about it.
Yes, I mean, I moved two suitcases as well. And then I started, and then when I needed clothes, I took that clothes to storage when it got cold, things like that. And then, yeah, and then I bought all my furniture there. Amazon half of the stuff. So yeah, I kept the minimum though.
I didn't even buy furniture. Like all the furniture I have is from people giving it to me. That's it. Or like I found it for
Must be
free
nice.
somewhere. Yeah.
Must be nice to live in a rich area, giving free stuff everywhere.
No, you just go to places that are fully furnished, and then like and then you get to the point where people start like they're like getting rid of stuff. Your friends get rid of stuff, they're moving, and then they're like, "Oh, you could take this." And I'll have stuff because of that.
Yeah, that's true. So like, okay, so the digital nomad life, right? And I guess I don't think this is for everybody because even though you have a flexible job that like to do that, I don't think people sometimes they're so comfortable with their own being, like they're comfortable with their own chair at home, their own bed. I don't think this is compatible for everybody. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have a friend who is he's very particular of changes, but he's because he's so you know because he's comfortable with what he has. He's not even he doesn't even travel, even though he keeps saying that he wants to see stuff,
Oh,
but
he
he
doesn't
wouldn't
travel at all. So people who
like
don't
no no.
travel at all, it's a
Well,
problem.
he travels a little bit, but not enough where he sounds like you and I travel. You know what I mean? So,
What does that mean? Like how little?
like once a year,
Okay. Yeah.
for like a week.
Yeah. I can see that. Some people just are really they just really like being home, and they just like that. I don't know. Was it the
Homebody.
Palace of Solitude or something
Yeah,
from Superman?
yeah.
Yeah, but like yeah, some people are like that. Also, people who have families, it's really hard to live like this.
That's true. If you do have a family, it's gonna be tough to move your
Even
kids
just
around all
having
the time.
like a significant other is like difficult because like they might not be in the same situation. It's like yeah, it just depends on.
We'll make them. We'll make the business interesting. I'm
Oh,
just
you're gonna force them to
kidding.
go work from home. Okay.
No, I mean, just don't date them. Only date people that work from home. That's it. Keep your life simple.
Wow. I,
Maybe this is why I'm single.
maybe.
No, but I think like okay. So in order to become a digital nomad, I'm sure there are a few things you have to prepare, right? Like for example, I feel like you have to make sure your phone's unlocked, especially when you travel overseas, right? So you can put different SIM cards, things like that. Financially successful in a sense that you make sure that you have a credit card that you can use abroad. Also, too, you don't want to make sure you have enough bank accounts just in case that you get fired in the middle of the trip. Whatever it is, you still have cash left.
hmm
Things can happen, especially overseas, and then a travel insurance, probably to be honest, too. So
Oh, travel insurance. I didn't think of that. That's gonna be something
yeah,
on my list.
yeah,
To just to put on there. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Because
interesting.
because especially overseas, you're gonna need a travel health insurance. They have those.
Oh yeah,
And then
for international travel for sure.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
definitely something you need when you're going
And then but
internationally.
the good thing about it is that you could probably cancel a lot of the local stuff. Like you don't have a place, you don't need cable. You don't need cable. You don't need internet. And then especially like you don't own a place, you probably won't need car insurance. You don't have to drive anywhere. So you save money there, and that's that.
Yeah. Another thing you need to like add is potentially like a hotspot. Just so you
That'll be great
always
too.
have internet. Just
Yeah.
even if you get to a spot, the internet might be spotty or something. So
Yeah.
then
You
having
have your own network,
having
a home spot.
something
Yeah. Yeah.
something as a backup is probably a good idea too. Something to like to just to be ready for.
Yeah. 100% agree on that part. And then it's one of those things is that also you have to be I guess cognizant in terms of where you're going to be work at in a sense, so understand your environment. And so, like I said, do research in advance, making sure that you have a spot that where you're quiet enough to actually work, actually focus, versus doing it at a hostel where you have 20 people always surrounding you to come in area. It's a whole different story, or a coffee shop. So
Oh man. Oh yeah. Like would okay. So like when you're talking about like doing this digital nomad stuff, would you do something like this? Be like a digital
yeah,
nomad?
yeah, I would definitely do it for like however long as
However long as
possible.
possible,
Yeah,
as long as you can.
yeah, I would do it a hostel style though, just because I like being a hostel with people.
That's what I was
Uh,
thinking. Like would you do a hostel style? Like that seems like you wouldn't have
the privacy.
the privacy you
Well,
need
Well,
for
depends on it depends on the hostel. But certain hostel, you have your own your own cube bed and work from there. And then
But
it's like,
even so, like there's a lot of noise going on. It just doesn't seem like
yeah,
it's good for working.
that's true. So then, and then there are places where you could actually go work like in a park or a rooftop, things like that. So
Hmm.
it's peaceful outside, working outside. Like I remember working outside a few times at like Central Park, right? No one, I mean, no one's around me in a sense. Just sit there, just focus. Had a meeting and outside, was outside.
How did you set up
Had a
working
house party
outside
there.
on a
That
bench?
no, on the floor, in the grass. I laid down a blanket.
Well, you worked on the grass. How did
Yeah.
you do video calls and stuff?
I just did a video call with a fake background. But
That's crazy. I don't know if I
yeah.
could do that. Also, like you're on the grass. I feel like you'd be like leaning over a lot. You'd be doing a lot of leaning
No, I
around.
had one of the stands in front of me. The guy was, it helped me elevate my hand. So
Hmm.
one of those table stands things. So I had it on my lap, so that way it elevated me a lot. So therefore, I didn't got to clutch it.
Mm-hmm. And you like sat up against a tree or something.
Yeah, I set it against a tree with it. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah,
Well, a
I don't
rock.
like working outside.
Really? It's nice and enjoyable, especially if you have the nice setup. Especially like say that you have a porch outside and you have a nice setup. All you do is put your laptop lap thingy and it's in front of you. Right?
Yeah, I don't. I feel too distracted outside.
Really? Even Sam's place back when he was in Miami Beach at the I love what his balcony because of this gorgeous view of the bay water and stuff of the bridge. And so I just brought my laptop and then right in the table in it, just typed in and just chill, went through the meetings and stuff and just
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. I think I would need some table or something to be on and be inside. I think that's one thing. Like, I don't know if I could work with. Like, I don't know if I could work
Yeah.
well outside. Like, I just have never done it.
I
I've never gone to like a coffee shop and gotten a ton of work done. Like, it's always like I
oh
go to a coffee shop,
really?
I go to a coffee shop, and then I'll get work done, but it's not as efficient as if I'm at home ever.
Why is that? Just
I don't
curious.
know. People walking around, I'm like people watching more than I am
You get
working. It's
you
crazy.
get distracted.
Yeah,
Oh, see, for me, I love coffee shop because I need that noise.
you need the noise.
Sometimes I need that noise to help me concentrate on like certain things. Like so, for example, like I cannot when I need to do research and reading, I need a quiet place. I need to be at home for that. But when I need to do busy work stuff, I like to have the noise. I like to have the chaos around me, because it's not distracting me. It's just background noise. That's all it is.
Mm.
So
No, people walking around, I'll look up and I'll like look at all the people that are walking around. It's just too distracting. So I like being that's why I like being inside and like having a space to work because it's just I don't there's nothing to like pop out of nowhere and just like
that's true.
distract me. I don't know. I have that. Maybe I'm ADD or
Hey, listen,
something.
you're holding yourself back to meet a cute girls at Starbucks, you know.
I'm not holding myself back because like I need to work. If I was like half working or like not really working, I could do it.
I know.
But like yeah, let me
Hey,
find a job where I don't have to really work, and then we can talk about going to the coffee shop.
you want a consulting job?
That's it. That's exact. That's it. That's it, Mike.
I'm just kidding.
Just go into consulting. That's all you gotta do.
I'm just kidding. All right. We're gonna wrap this episode up a little bit more about, I guess, uh, just on the last topic of this, digital nomad, right? So you mentioned that you will take a full case of laptops, electronics, and stuff like that, and clothes. But if you didn't have a choice, you could only put one suitcase, one carry-on suitcase. What are the things you put in your
Oh, just one carry on.
carry-on? Yeah, just one carry-on. This is your
Um,
choice. The program tells you, hey, only have one carry-on.
man, I don't even know. I'm only allowed one carry on.
Yeah. Because that would narrow down what you truly need.
How big is this carry on?
Regular size carry-on.
What? Like just a carry on bag or like a backpack?
Like carry-on bag, roller
Like
bag,
a roller bag, 20
yeah.
something inch. Hmm. Do I also get a backpack or
Yes,
just okay?
you get a backpack.
All right. If I only had one bag, it would be like 3 pairs of pants and like maybe 5 shirts and then underwear and then I would need my work stuff, work
Yep.
laptop, iPad, um, my home laptop, and then anything that I need for the podcast here would be like I don't think I would bring my camera and stuff. I would just bring like the hard drives that we need for everything. Um and then I need my mouse. I don't know why I need this. I need this freaking mouse. Uh I
The
can't even
bulky ass
work
mouse.
on a laptop without a mouse. Like I just can't do it. It just doesn't work for me. So I need
Spoil. You got spoil.
I guess what with the mice. Yeah. So I need one of those mice and then probably a pair of headphones that I would take everywhere.
And you sleep at a machine too, right? I'm gonna
Sleep
think. And
apnea
then
machine would also be there. But like if I only had one bag, I would cut that out.
what? You will cut your sleep at a machine out?
Yeah,
You can squeeze that. You can squeeze that in.
it's hard, right? Like it's a big bag of
Yeah.
stuff, and it.
Well, it's not that bad. And then you need 2 pairs of shoes too, probably. So
Yeah, I would wear one pair and then just bring another extra pair.
so
Yeah, and I think. Let me think what else I would bring. I think that's mostly everything I would need. I don't think I would need very much else.
see, Robert, I just helped you pack for your normal because you don't know what trip. But then
No, but
I just
I don't even know if all that would fit in one bag. But like that's what I would bring.
it'll fit. It'll fit. It'll fit.
But like I'm not like why would I go? Why would I go with like 3 pairs of pants and 5 shirts? Like
Because you want to buy stuff there. You know, you don't want to carry stuff there. You can carry most of that.
no, then you're bringing stuff back. Like I probably would not buy anything going places.
You never know, especially after a year. You know, you could just go to Ross and buy a big bag and just carry stuff back.
Why would I go to Ross somewhere when I could go to Ross when I'm home? Like the Ross is everywhere.
That way you don't have to carry the bag dragging around. You know what I mean? So you can always buy the bag on.
I don't know. Like if I really needed to keep it down to one bag, I might not even buy any clothes and just buy clothes there and throw it away.
So 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 I mean, with that in mind, though, right? You know, one of the things is
What
that
would be in your bag?
well, that's what I'm saying. With that in mind, for me, it would be probably my 2 laptops, and then my lights, my streaming lights, and 3 pairs of shoes, 4 pairs of pants, 3 pairs of shorts, couple of shirts, couple of underwear, and then that's it.
Yeah, see, I
That's
just
my-
need more tech. I just need a little more tech than you. That's it. Probably in these headphones,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
me
then
too.
yeah, and then since we have this podcast, there's like extra stuff that we bring, right?
Yeah, are you gonna bring your lights? If big lights?
No, I'll probably send the lights wherever I go, or like buy new lights,
Send over.
buy new lights everywhere I go.
I just got a bunch of portable rings. That's what you gotta do. Bunch of
I have
portable rings.
a bunch of like smaller lights that I could use that I can instead of these big lights. I don't know. People who are home, they don't know. I have like huge like studio lights that I use here.
Fancy, you know.
I mean,
So,
yeah. And they're really cheap. They're like 50
yeah.
bucks or something for each. It's not that
So
bad.
so so I guess on obviously we talked about that downside, building a relationship, right? Needing significant order. It's kind of hard to do that, or to
Mhm.
continue a relationship when you're remote and the other one's not. And do you think that you'll miss that? You know, just not able to have that kind of building a relationship with girls and build a relationship with.
I think it would be hard without like having friends around. Even not just like building a relation like finding girls to like date and stuff, right?
Yep.
Just like not having friends around would be weird, right? Because like nowadays I'm home most of the time anyways. Even during COVID I'm home most of the time, but there's still once a week where like see people that I know, right? So that once a week might be less and less, and then
Yep.
it would just be I don't know. It would feel a little lonely for sure. But oh, so I talked to somebody, one of my coworkers, and I was telling her how I wanted to do this digital nomad stuff, and I was like, man, I think it's gonna be lonely. I think we're just gonna miss people. And then she's like, nah, you just go like 2 months, you go where you don't know anyone, and then 2 months you go where you do know someone, and then like jump from place to place, and every other time you move, you're going to somewhere where you have someone around that you know. And I think that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. It's a good balance, to be honest. Too.
Yeah. So then you're not always just like by yourself the whole entire trip.
That's true.
Yeah. So Mike, I'm coming. I'm gonna come by every few months. You're gonna see me.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, we can go overseas together. So. All right. Well, that's the topic in terms of having that alternative lifestyle, being the digital nomad, right? So to conclude this episode, we're gonna jump to the extra funny mystery session. What do you have for us today, Robert?
Oh, okay. I found this video. I thought it was pretty funny when I watched it. Basically it's this couple that's like trying to they're trying to dance. I don't know. They're trying to do some dance move where the guy picks up the girl, spins her around and stuff.
Oh yeah, that move thing. I know. That's true.
Yeah. So he lifts her up over his
head.
She
did she turned over and she got naked.
So he lifted her up over his head, and then straight up, and then she fell. She went over.
Is that a dress? Is that a dress? She took her off.
Yeah. And then the dress, like he pulled to like try to hold her dress, and it pulled her dress off. So then she just like is only her dress is off now. And I was like, and then and then the comment is that was smooth. Like that's how you get her naked.
But the good thing is, I guess this is a good. I mean, she fell slow, which didn't affect her head, which is good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So taking her clothes off helped her save her life.
Saved her life. That's all right.
And because
that's what you tell girls. Like how to save your life. You gotta take your clothes off.
Your clothes off. I mean, but you can tell she was laughing in the end. You know what I mean?
She wasn't hurt for sure.
Yeah. That's funny. That's pretty good though. All right, mine is it's pretty much with all the hype of Windows 11 being here, so it kind of says it's finally here. This is a floppy disk where Windows 11 says an installation disk. This one out of 2,409 disks set up
1,206 1 out of 2,469. It's finally here. Windows 11. Wow.
That's pretty clever. Whoever did this, it's pretty clever though.
I remember when you installed Windows with your floppy disk.
I remember that too.
The kids these days don't know that. They don't know about this lifestyle.
Imagine one of the disks being corrupted.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Especially they're like, oh, this. It used to be like 1 of 3 too. It wasn't like one disc would fit everything. That's why this 1 of 2,000 is like legit, right? So you would put in 1 and they get to be like, oh, put in disc 2 or disc 3 or disc 4. Yeah, I remember this stuff. This is
it's pretty funny though. Yeah.
Oh my god, in the first comment, disc 33 of 34 is corrupted. Good times.
It is, man. It got corrupted a lot very often back in the day.
Yeah, it speaks so true.
All right, so let's jump into a free ranting session. So what do you have for us there, Robert?
Oh my god, so my rant today. Today Google released their new Pixel. And so I went on, they had their whole thing. You go onto their website to pre-order the new Pixel phone, right?
Is it that good to pre-order it?
I mean, it looks pretty good, but like I was already planning on upgrading, right? So I have a Pixel 4 that came with the Pixel 6. So, and it's supposed to be like, well, from like leaks and stuff, we already know almost everything about the phone, right? So,
that's true.
So when I saw it, I was like, this is probably better. They have a few new features and stuff, but I was like, all right, I'm just going to pre-order it. Even if I pre-order it, I can always cancel it, right? So like, I pre-ordered the Microsoft Duo 2, and then I heard that Google's thing is coming out soon. So I was like, all right, I just cancel it because it's not even released yet. So yeah, so I went on to pre-order, and the pre-order was horrible. It's probably the worst launch I've ever seen happen online, right?
Yeah.
So you get online, you go to the Google store, they have the Pixel 6 stuff up, you go in, you put it into your cart, and then the whole site just crashed. It just crashed. Like there's no
It didn't load.
didn't load up. It gave you like a 404 message, and you're like, isn't Google like the face of the internet, or like I don't know? They are the internet. Everyone, that's the first page you go to. You go search Google, right? That's and like they can't even keep their own website up, their own like store up. Like are they like what are they doing?
Maybe they anticipate how popular the Pixel's gonna be.
Even if they underestimate, right? They're Google. They have all the servers in the world. Just add
They have
more.
all the resources.
All the resources. Just add a couple more servers.
Imagine
As more traffic comes in, you just add more servers on. Isn't that like how?
imagine the guy who prepared for the launch for that.
I know, right? Like all you had to do, you had one job, is keep the site up and running, right?
Yeah.
And then so like that happened for like hours. Like I was like trying to buy it for like an hour, 2 hours. I think it 2 hours. 2 hours it came back, and you were able like they said, oh your phone is sold out, right? And so you had to go back to the first page. Your cart, they dropped it out of your cart, and they made you redo it. So then I went back. I went to like pick up a different model or something, and sold out. Like the whole lineup was sold out.
Oh, the whole lineup stuff sold out.
Yeah, but it wasn't really sold out, right? So every 20 minutes or so, it like restocked. They released more. And so like you'd be like, okay, there's more, so let me go try it. But you always get to the checkout, and it would always fail.
Crash.
It always crash. And
so you think the restocking? You think the restocking is a glitch thing?
I think it was a glitch. I think it was a glitch that they were out of stock. Like I think that was the whole glitch. But
maybe they're just trying to hype it up. There's a lot of people there.
Maybe they're just trying to keep the traffic coming to their website. Every refresh is another page load, right? Yeah. I don't know, but it was so difficult. Like just getting anything. So I think it was like 4 or 5 hours later, like the site actually loaded with like, and you were able to buy something 5 hours after launch. I was like, this is so stupid. Like, if I didn't want this phone, I would have just gave up and like gotten something else. I would have got. Like,
I'm pretty sure they lost a lot of customers.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely lost a lot of people because like, if you're going on there, you're like, oh, this is the phone I want, and then like you go on there and it's sold out and you can't buy it for 4 hours. Come on now. I don't think as many people are as I don't know, as like desperate to get it as I was.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things is that it's not something you expect out of Google.
Right. For all these big companies, you don't expect that shit.
I maybe Windows.
Oh yeah, maybe Microsoft. But also Microsoft wouldn't have this much hype for their product. So there's no way they would get to the capacity, right?
That's true. Listen, Apple never happened. You know, they do launch every 6-7 months.
Apple launches every year, never has this issue.
Yeah.
The but okay, Apple does this every year, never have an issue. They do multiple times a year. They have multiple releases,
and they hype it up really well.
Right. So. Google does a phone every year also. And how have they not got this right on Pixel 6? This is like number 6. Y'all this isn't the first time you guys did it. So why is it taking like 6 times and you're still haven't caught up with what's gonna happen? It's just, but like every other time I've like they've had a Pixel event, I've been able to order. So I don't know what's up with this one.
This one's probably a Twitch website. Probably what happened.
Yeah, maybe. Also last year, their phone was like really shit. So like I don't think anybody bought it. So probably everyone who skipped last year.
They're trying
maybe
to buy
they also came this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it was really weird. Like I was like, I can't believe that they messed up this badly on their launch. It's really, really annoying.
Yeah. As I said, you sort of just switch over to Apple.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I just like the camera better. The thing is though, the new Apple phones, they have the filters in the camera now, and one of the filters is to make it look like the Google picture camera, like the Google camera, like the way the photos come out on the Google camera. So one of the filters is like that. So it could be that they're just like trying to get people to switch over.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
It's just another alternative for them. We'll give them more options to what it looks like. So.
Yeah. All right, man. What's your rant today?
Well, today I hate Miami traffic. More than LA traffic.
Oh, you officially hate it more today.
Yeah, than LA traffic.
Okay.
I drove an hour 45 minutes, even though I left early this morning. And let me tell you, an hour and 45 minutes. Hell, I did not move for 45 minutes. Literally one half a mile stretch. Oh my god, I was like, there's no
Wait,
way
you
this
didn't
could be
move?
worse.
You didn't move for 45 minutes?
In that half a mile stretch, yeah, at all, zero. Like literally, like I like.
All right, so
like,
half a mile you didn't move at all. That makes it like what you just said.
No,
like,
I meant like so like you know how you just inch a little bit,
yeah.
little bit, like.
Okay, so you had half a mile where you just inched, inch
for 45 minutes straight, literally, literally. That's how it was.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
find out there was no car accident. We seen any car accident. We don't know what was that. We didn't know what caused it. That's what it was. I was just so pissed.
I've seen a lot of that where it's just like, and it's possible that there was an accident. It was cleared up and it moved, but then the cars haven't like caught up to it.
Oh yeah, the backlog.
The backlog,
and,
yeah.
But listen, the toll, if you want to take the express thing, was $15.
Wow, $15 for tolls? Oh my god.
People took it.
$15 for tolls. That is so sick.
I know.
How do you take that? What if you have to drive around multiple times a day? You get like
well, the express thing. That's the express thing if you want to get around. But let me tell you, I was like, I've been in Miami traffic, but this is the worst. I was so pissed today. I was like, you know what? I gotta listen to my calm meditation podcast.
I hate that. I really hate the traffic where like when you get to the front and like nothing is there and you're just like, oh, so it's just like people stopped here for no reason.
Well, and then on top of that, you have assholes just cutting you without blinkers.
Oh, while you're like slow.
Yeah, Miami style.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're trying to get to the lane that's actually moving, which none of them are.
But I did watch two Tesla handle that very well.
That they were driving, or the Tesla was driving?
You can tell the Tesla was driving because the amount of space it left in front. You can tell like it was very consistent. So therefore, you can tell the Tesla was driving.
So what do you mean by it handled it very well?
Like, it switched lane very smoothly. I mean, like it switched lane very smoothly.
Like while everyone was stopped.
Oh well, like where people were going like very like 10 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, very slow. So it switched lane very smoothly. Like you can tell like how far away the space was purposely in front. So you can tell it was a car driving. It was very consistent. Like it was like, it's like this is two cars and this is the space between it. It's going like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So you can tell.
I feel like that's a simple thing to do as like for automated cars.
Well, if an asshole just cut in front of you sometimes, how do you react to that?
I mean, they have spacing. Like they know how much spacing it is. So if someone cuts in front of you, just stop.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I don't think that's very complicated.
But anyway, I'm just saying that I hate it. I hate my Miami traffic worse than LA.
Okay, so that's why you want to move back to LA.
I can tolerate LA traffic more.
You also didn't drive in LA.
I didn't drive as much, but I did encounter my fear of LA traffic. Because when I had to go to the Chinese market, I had to rent a car, drive across town, and that took about an hour.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you just haven't experienced it. I thought LA was like the worst traffic.
It is. It's known for the worst traffic all time, no matter what time it is. It's in 4 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
4 in the morning? They have bad traffic at 4 in the morning?
Monday, 4 a.m. Yeah.
Monday at 4 a.m. Who is driving at Monday 4 a.m.?
All the trucks coming in.
Oh, truck drivers.
All the trucks are coming in, and then you have people going to airports, stuff like that. Like, like it's a tourist city, right? So, yeah.
That seems crazy. Yeah. I also don't like driving at all anymore, so it's kind of, I don't know. What am I gonna do when I travel around to these cities that I can't just like walk to the whatever I need to go? Yeah, they start driving everywhere. Oh man. All right, well, Thanks everyone for joining us on this this podcast. If you guys have any comments that you guys want to leave, maybe you guys are digital nomads, you could give us some
share your
tips.
experience, right? Or share your experience with us.
Yeah, share your experience, and also give me tips because I'm about to live this lifestyle too, right? And then
I join you 4 months too, Robert. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come visit you every other place I go or whatever. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube, I want you to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe it below. Yep.
Yeah, leave some comments, and then if you guys are watching us on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, wherever, you guys can leave us a rating. It really helps out the channel a lot. And then if you guys wanna watch any of our other podcasts, you can go to our website www.gfOThoughts.com.
Yeah, just make sure let us know what you want to if you want to come on the podcast as well, send us a comment as well. We want to make sure that and if you want to share your experience, come on the podcast. Instead of leaving a comment, just come on the podcast. We'd love to have you.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Yeah, it's good talking to you guys. And we'll see you guys later.
For another great episode, right?
So. Come back next week for the most excellent podcast you've ever heard. Always excellent. All right, guys.
All right. Until next time, take it easy.
All right. Peace.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. If you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and leave us a comment. And as always, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GFOThoughts. Until next time, see you then.